This is Cooking with Uncle Bob, and we're back again for our second show, and I'm real excited about this one. This is one of my favorite things growing up as a kid. I loved. Now, it is a Philly cheesesteak, and if you've never been to Philly at Pat's or Geno's and had the real deal, guys, you don't know what you're missing. But I want to clue you in on a little history on the Philly cheesesteak. At first, it was just an idea by a man in 1930s in South Philly. He had a hot dog stand. Got tired of eating hot dogs one day. He said, hey, I'm going to run around the corner and get some scraps from the butcher's. And he put some onions in it and just threw it on his hot dog grill, and people asked what it was. And the guys tried it and they liked it and said, why don't you sell that as a sandwich? Well, it was just a cheesesteak and onions then. We're not cooking ours with onions today because I didn't have time to go buy and get an onion, and that's my bad. But in 1940, it changed again. When a guy come in and he was drunk, and he cooked a Philly cheesesteak one night and put provolone on it. And that become the cheesesteak, not the Philly cheesesteak. Then in 1954, processed cheese whiz, hit the market. And it become a staple in Philadelphia. And it's still in business today with Pat's and Geno's. Is the Philadelphia cheesesteak, which is the Philly cheesesteak. That's a lot of history, guys. That's pretty interesting. And there's two up there. One's called Pat's and one's called Geno's. One sells the whole ribeye. The other one sells a chopped ribeye. And they're right across the street from each other. And there's also a new one that opened up a couple years ago. It's somewhere around the corner called Jim's. That's your top 3 Philly cheesesteaks in Philadelphia. So we're going to do our own here. What we're going to do first is we're just going to add I'm going to get the top off of it. A little bit of canola oil so it don't stick. We're not cooking it fast. This is a key thing to Philly cheesesteak. People think, oh, we're going to cook them fast. We're going to cook them fast. We want them to cook slow with flavor. I might have to bump it up just a tad to 5 where I had it. We're going to cook them slow. Okay, and we're going to cook one with the provolone, and we're going to cook one with the Philly, with the cheese whiz. And we're going to taste test it. Now, I like cheese, so you never know. We're going to put some on here. You hear it sizzling a little bit. Now, this is shredded ribeye. And I'm going to tell you where you can go get this at and get a really good deal on it. Now, around here, we have a little place called Aldi. And they sell them around here. And, and they sell it by a package. And I don't know what the package costs. But just remember, we're cooking the ribeye slow. So it might take a little while. Okay? Now what we're going to do at Philadelphia, they add pepper, salt, whatever they got in theirs. We're going to add our Uncle Bob rub. Just a little bit in there. Like so. We'll probably add a little bit more meat in there too. And we're going to take it and we're going to stir it around in this little pan thing I got here. We're cooking the meat nice and slow. We're chop it up some. This is what they do, guys. Hopefully this is enough. I don't look like enough for 2, but I tell you what, we're going to see. Just trying to make 2 tonight. So I'm going to show y'all. We're cooking it nice and slow. We got the cheese whiz warming over here. We got our buns steaming. You know, I love Philly cheesesteaks. And I know a lot of other people that do too. This is one of my childhood favorites. But I had the opportunity to go to Philadelphia and try Geno's and Pat's. And I'm telling y'all guys, it's off the chain up there. Now we're going to let that kind of hang out. Cook real slow. We're not trying to burn it. We're not trying to get it well done. We're just trying to get it cooked. And I'm going to show you how to plate the cheese whiz. And I'm going to show you how they plate the provolone. There's 2 different ways they plate it, guys. The buns, I tried to cook some buns last night because the buns is something that we can't get around here. We don't have real bread stores that cook bread around here like Philly cheesesteak buns and stuff. It's like a, is it a French? It's a French bread. It's hard on the outside, but it's kind of soft on the inside. It's kind of like a crunch. It's really good. It's not no bread around here. We got no bread around here like that. I'll just tell you that right now. See, it don't take long because we don't want it. We want it to cook in the juices. That's all we want it to do is cook in them juices. You see, it's cooking in them juices. You hear it sizzling just a little bit. We're almost there, guys. And we're going to be doing some plating. And then we're going to do some taste testing. Now, I got my cheese whiz over here. So I'm going to flip this one more time. And chop it up. You can chop it. And this is what they do. They just have them in piles up there, buddy. And they go through 500-600 sandwiches a day. That's a lot of cheese whiz and a lot of provolone and a lot of Italian bread. Now I'm going to show you the bread we get around here. This is about the only bread we get around here. I just steamed it a little bit. Now I'm gonna put it right here. Ain't gonna hurt. I can get a little juice on the bottom. It's fine. Come over here. Getting my cheese whiz. Alright. I'm gonna put my spoon in there. I'm gonna set my cheese whiz right here. Now I don't know what kind of spoon they call this. I don't know nothing about it, but this is the spoon I use. And I splatch it on the inside. It's like a baker's spatula. And then you kind of open up the bun and you get a little cheese whiz in there. Now, I don't know which one of these I'm going to have to try. It's going to be trial and error here. Okay, there we go with that. Provolone going down. Philly going in there down. It's got the Uncle Bob steak sauce in there. It's got a little flavor. And then we're going to take this like so. And we just go. Now I know I'm making a mess. Like so. And now they have a big old batch of it. And I'm trying to get out this little bitty thing right here. And there goes our cheese whiz Philadelphia. Right there, see, okay? That's our cheese whiz one. We're going to set it up right here with the cheese whiz. It kind of sets out and we're going to let it hang out. Now, we're going to take this steak, we're going to flip it back. Alright, we're going to flip it right here. Provolone, you do a little different. Guys, check this out. This is provolone. You take your 1, 2 pieces of provolone. Gotta let them cook. Let them get some juice in them, let them cook. They ain't hurt nothing. Then you take, once you let it hang out a minute, it'll start bubbling and get all a little soft and stuff. You want it to get just a little bit soft. And then we're going to take, see, you stick it starting to bubble. Then you take your Philly meat, right there, right there, right there, right there, and you just let it sit there for a minute because we want this cheese, okay, kind of cooking in a little bit, melt a little bit. Okay, watch this, guys. We're going to flip it, kind of stir it up a little bit. We're going to flip it. Cheese is all in there, okay? And we're going to flip it. And look at that. Provolone. My hands are clean too, by the way. Which this is for us. Okay? Provolone takes a minute to melt, guys. But look at there. It's all up in there. It's gooey. And here's what I would do. Now this is Uncle Bob trick here. Now I didn't see him do this, but I'm adding me a half of a third. Well, I'm gonna add me another slice in there, okay? That's what I would do. And I'd give me a little ice. Ain't nothing wrong with this. They do water. They stick it around. Whatever, get you a little ice. Might not be hot enough. Kind of let it melt on there. And then you do the same thing with your bun here. that you do on the other, you're going to open it up and you're going to see if we can create some steam here. Plus, it kind of helps get some of the stuff off the bottom of it. I'll tell you what, we'll just flip that around like that. And then you take your cheese steak. I might have got too much, guys. Okay. And, whoop, I'm having a little accident there. And there is your Philly cheesesteaks. You're back, guys. The fillings are done. I cut them up. Now we're going to taste. But first we must hydrate. And there ain't no alcohol, there's some apple juice. We're going to get a little hydration here. Swig it around, get a good taste in our mouth. So good. Now we drink. Now I'm going to try, I know what I love, but I love them both. But I'm going to try the mozzarella, not the mozzarella, but the provolone. Mmm. Mmm. Juicy. Taste that Uncle Bob's. Taste the cheese. Okay. Mmm. Now, the cheese whiz one. Mmm. Guys, this cheese whiz one is off the chain. The cheese, it's got a sweet, tangy taste. And by far, this is my favorite. The cheese steak with the cheese whiz. But in the South, we've always had it like this. And people say when you put cheese whiz on it, it's crazy. But man, I'm here to tell you, man, that is good. It's a good, quick little meal. And guys, you're looking for a pork or butt rub, there it is right there. Go to Harmon Farms or go to Uncle Bob's Rubs and Seasonings, and you can get right there. There's our steak rub. I put it in this meat. And guys, I surely do thank y'all for tuning in. And this is one of my favorites, the Philly cheesesteak. Now I'm gonna cook for the family. I gotta finish cooking the rest of it and cook for them. But next week, we'll be back with a cooking video. Something different every week from my childhood, the things I love. So, let me finish cooking for the family, and y'all have a good night, and have a blessed evening. And as my dad would say and my mom, this was awesome.